Hey, it's Dan Nickerson, and thanks for checking out GPT Archiver plugin. This is not some big launch plugin. It's not the latest ChatGPT, all-in-one solution. All this does is archive your chat history to make it easy to search and find stuff. So if you're a power ChatGPT user, you're creating all kinds of conversations. You might be exporting the data from that and saving it on your drive, but there's no easy way to search it, tag it, categorize it, make it easy to find old conversations, which save you time and prevent you from having to redo your ChatGPT chats. So what this does is that it takes the export file that ChatGPT gives you, it uploads it to WordPress, and it creates WordPress posts from your conversations so that you can easily create a history of what you've done. So if you say you're working with another worker, you may want to share archives. So this way you can share all your ChatGPT work and data. So from a business standpoint, you create a private site that's maybe IP only or member protected, or you put maintenance on like mine is on right now on this site. And then the only people who can see it are the people that are logging in as admins to look at it. However, you can use this plugin in a creative way to create content for a particular site or a business. And so I'm going to show you both ways to use the plugin using the same export file. And so let me just jump in and show you how simple this is and how this works. So this is ChatGPT. This is my basically my model, and what I've done is I've asked ChatGPT to look at the code for this plugin. And once I did that, it looked all over the plugin. I'm not going to show the code. I asked it, basically, what does it do? And it tells me what the plugin does, right? These are the main features of the plugin. And then I said to it, what are the benefits of creating a private archive of ChatGPT chats? And it gave me an answer. Then I said, how does a user install this WordPress plugin? And it does. Then it says, what are some ways to protect the WordPress site? And it gave you some information there, right? And so those are basically just prompts that I used. What's the difference between archive mode and article mode, right? So this is the content it gave me. Now I've exported the chat, which you can do settings, data controls, export. And when you do that, it will email you within usually 5-10 seconds. It's going to email you a file and a zip file. You unzip that, and you're going to get a conversations.json file, which you can upload to our site. So this is how this works. Right now, you see I have no posts, right? I've actually deleted my last test. I go into GPT Archiver. First thing is that there's a settings page. This lets you change the user label and assistant label, so you can have your own name, or you can give ChatGPT its own name. This is a code block, so when ChatGPT gives you code examples, it will set it into this snippet so that it will be syntax highlighted. If you have a favorite syntax highlighter plugin, you can change the code here so that it uses that code and wraps all the code in nice syntax highlighting. This is just a quick little chat bubble CSS code that I've added. You want to add this to your theme if you want to make it distinctive chat bubbles on your site. I could have automatically enqueued this in the plugin, but I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So if you want to use chat bubbles, you can just add this code and you'll get chat bubbles. All right, here's how this works. I'm going to do two different modes here, okay? The first thing is conversation style. This is archive mode. So if you primarily want to use ChatGPT for archiving all your conversations, you use this mode. So ChatGPT, here it is. There's the conversation I just exported. I'm going to import it here, and now I'm going to click on import. And it does that, and boom, and now I can go to posts, and I have one file, okay, because I did the archive mode. So each chat is a separate post, meaning each chat conversation, the chats that usually go down the left side, there's only one, so I only have one post. If I had 10, there'd be 10 posts, right? So now if I look at this, you're going to see the chat bubble stuff, right? This is Dan, and this is me asking about the code. And I scroll down, and it gives me answers. This code provides a WordPress plugin, right? So it gives you all this stuff, and it's in a chat bubble format, and you can control the CSS if you want. So that's how that works. So all your conversations would be one chat. Now if I go back here again, and I go to GPT Archiver import, and I change it to article mode, and choose file and conversations and import, then it's going to make a separate article for each of my questions. Now, once again, I don't like the fact that maybe people are using ChatGPT to create content that could be plagiarized from other sources. I like the idea of you feeding ChatGPT information. I fed it information about my plugin, and it gave me specific answers about my plugin. So think about using it that way. You could actually use this, and you could give it some of your writings or some of your own training and materials, and you could ask it questions about the content that you've created and create content for your website. Don't use it to just make articles that may be plagiarized from other sources. I don't want to get into the fine details of all that stuff, but think about using it with content you've already created to create fresh content. Make sense? Okay, now I go back to posts, and now you're going to see that all of these things, I'm going to delete the first one because that was a huge question about my code, so that post is gone. And now here you can see what's the difference between archive mode. It's a basic article. So it took all of the questions that I asked in one chat interaction and made it into multiple posts that explain how it works. So you can see that very quickly I could populate this entire site with content about ChatGPT Archiver and how to archive content using just the information that I gave it. And that, in a nutshell, is how GPT Archiver works. You can see that I haven't done anything major with the site. I haven't even put any categories in yet or anything like that. It's just a simple tool to archive your GPT chats in 2 different ways. I do want to warn you that if you're doing a lot of stuff with code, right now there's syntax highlighting. You want to be careful. You don't want to necessarily put this on a public site if you're doing lots of things with code because you don't want something to break. But it works, and it's pretty slick, and it does have auto updaters, so I'm sure I'll make some improvements in the near future and make it a little bit better. But I hope that you enjoy the plugin. It's available at WP Unite in the members area. If you're a member, you can get it, and I may just list it for a smaller price for people that don't want to join WP Unite. And that's it. It's a simple plugin. There's only two fields here. I did write it with the help of ChatGPT and with my programmer who reviewed the code. So it should be fine security-wise, and we'll keep improving and updating. And if you have any questions, just let me know. All the support will be on support.wpunite for the plugin. So thanks. Bye.